and Ryan manning the shop today. I thought it was gonna be really busy because of Thanksgiving. A lot of people visiting from out of town. We got a lot of people calling to say they were gonna come. I guess they all came on Friday.
Well, I mean,
Hey, Big Chungus, long time no see.
The day is young.
The day is young.
Might get swamped.
Might get
You
swamped.
never know.
All right.
Live, right?
But anyway, we are now live. Now that we're live, yeah, that's how it happened yesterday. We went live, and all of a sudden, people started coming in.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and start unboxing these guys. Let's start with the not that one. Let's start with the nope, the one that Ryan has.
Okay.
We're starting with the least expensive stuff. This is stuff from Dragon Spring, not Dragon King, but Dragon Spring. So some of our budget swords. This is actually a really popular one. This is the green gold Damascus sword. Hey, B&C. Hello, Amethosian.
Oh, I love that natural finish.
Yeah, it's got a sort of a natural gold look to it, a
Almost
brownish gold.
Messiah,
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's brownish gold, and then it does have a condom stuck inside. All right, so let me grab that blade. Let me show this to you.
Yeah.
It is a Damascus blade. You can see the whorls in this one. This one sells really well. So Dragon Spring is basically holding on to, or sells this, and here we are. We can see it has a really cool tsuba.
It's a Matachi style tsuba, isn't it? I got it.
Nope, that's not a touchy. That's just a straight, what you call it? Not moko. I can't think of the name of it right off the top. It's like a modified moko. Hey, Steve in the house.
How's it going, Steve?
James Wilding and Kratos, all the regulars, all the usual suspects are coming in. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one. The same thing. Put that. Yeah, that one's 175, by the way. The one we just put out was 175. The green gold Damascus, now back in stock. And now we have the red Cyclone. Super popular sword. Right now, it's still part of our Black Friday sale. So if you, I keep on forgetting to reduce the percentage for Black Friday. So you can still get things for 10% off our Black Friday swords, which is about 150 of them are on sale. And this is one of them. So I think once you factor in the Black Friday sale, it's like $75 for this. It's really nice. It's a really nice sword for what you get. I mean, it's pretty, really pretty sight. Actually, let me hold this. I really like the transitions in the red. So I think this is a really nice one. Plus, it has the black blade.
Yeah.
So for $80, for sub $80, make that a present for your friend. Giving swords is the best way to keep friends.
Absolutely.
Good to see Mountain Stream Swordsman, says Cheese Balls.
Oh, how's it going, Cheese?
I'm looking for a yellow. We do have some that are kind of yellowish.
We'll be able to just do a shop tour after we're done unboxing.
It's random dude in the house. Yep. All right. So let's see. What do you want to do next? You choose. You know what they all are.
Actually, I don't remember, but
Okay. Well then, what do you want? Ryan gets to choose now. All right. Too late. He opened it. You get to choose the next one, Ryan. This is like a Christmas, like the kids under the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Actually, it really is. Whenever we unbox, it is kind of like Christmas.
kinda, yeah. So this is really cool. We haven't had this in the shop yet. This is the octopus head sword cane.
So this is one of the Dragon King sword canes, but this one has an octopus head, which you could see if Mark knew how to take out the plastic.
Rename it Cthulhu.
The Cthulhu cane, exactly. Cathane. So, yeah, this one does not have the push dagger, sadly, but it is pretty cool. Same blade. Yeah, same. Believe it's a 1566 spring steel blade, if I remember correctly. Where can I get one? Visit our website, rva-katana.com. rva-katana.com. It is, everything about this is the same. It's the same carbon fiber, has the same blade, but this one has an octopus head, for those of you who like Call of Cthulhu, or just deep sea type of stuff.
Or the fisherman's wife.
Yep. Or you went there. You totally went
I
there.
did go there.
We have never cut with the cane swords. Cane swords are really stabbers more than they are slashers.
Yeah.
What's the octopus's name from the boys?
I don't know. I didn't watch that show.
The Kraken cane. I like that, Mad God.
Kraken cane?
Mad God Thanos. The Kraken cane.
Yeah, Kraken cane. Yeah, that's an idea.
The quain. The quain.
The crane.
Yeah, we'll get it eventually. We'll come up with some clever shorthand. All right, you choose the next one. My young child on Christmas.
This.
Oh, that made a very satisfying pop when you opened it. Is the Shikomezue on sale Black Friday? No, it is not, Big Chunkus.
Oh,
Hey, Kyle Doan in the house. Long time no see, man.
we got the RVA Katana.
Once again, visit our website, rva-katana.com. And once again, check out our Black Friday sales. It was supposed to be 7.5% yesterday and today, but I keep on forgetting to change the coupon code or the coupon code amount, so it's still 10% off. So until I get around to do it, which won't be until after the football game today, which is where I'm going next, basically you have until 4 p.m. Eastern at least to get things for 10% off on our Black Friday sale. So here we are. This is the APOC katana, tactical survival katana.
Very much a bushwhacking kind of sword. Got these, I believe these are G10 scales for the handle. So a lot of people like to get at least the short ones and put them in like the the side of their truck, in between the seats. This might be a little long for that, so maybe you want to leave it in your bed of the truck or in the back seat or something. But yeah, this thing's awesome.
James, the saran wrap, or rather the bubble wrap, is just an extra saya. I think that's a Nodachi saya, extra Nodachi saya that we had on hand. Looks like most of your clients here are incels. Oh, you're so funny, Tardonkey. Roman Gladius, we are sold out of it. All right, Mark's turn. Yeah, we are. We sold out of it, I think. We might have one. We might not have shipped it yet. Oh, we did ship it. I don't see it.
Well, we do have the Marto left.
We have the Marto. It's our only non-functional sword in shop. Are these Chinese or Japanese made? Most of what we're doing is made by Dragon King, which is based in Dalian, China. We do have some. Chinese or Japanese made antique swords. We do not ship to the UK, Dougie.
The European style side sword is not going to be made in Japan.
Random dude, an incel. They're basically insulting people who just basically don't have any girlfriends and choose to be that way, or say they choose to be that way.
Incel stands for involuntarily celibate.
Hey man, I've collected swords of rare kind. Do y'all have any that were forged in the 17th century? We do. We have some. They're Shinto swords. They're called Shinto swords or new swords, even though they're not new. Shipped to India? No. Alaska? Yes. Alaska's a little bit expensive. Spatha we don't have.
Yeah, none of our forgers make a Spatha, unfortunately. That would be cool if we could get one.
Would love to be able to. Yeah. All right. Go ahead and start unboxing the next one. Oh, never mind. He's almost done. You actually put that together much faster than I did.
Actually,
I think it's upside down. I
believe you were correct.
Yeah.
Yes, you are correct. It is upside down.
I was about to say how our Euro sword guy.
Well, I've never put one of these together before.
But you would think, knowing where the finger guard goes, just saying. I'm not saying where your finger goes. I'm talking about the. I don't want to know. I don't want to know where your fingers go. Yes, we do have ninja swords, Neil.
He totally does. He's just modest on camera. Got this. All right, cool. So, okay, so we've got two different points of screwing it on. So we've got that, and then
We have the extra screw there.
At the
Extra screwiness.
skull cracker.
So this is an espada, or the Spanish for,
Spada da lato is the Italian style
Rup-
side sword.
which is basically a proto rapier.
Yeah.
We don't really carry the rapiers because people don't like them because they're dull sides, sharp tips but dull sides.
When you say
Jimmy
it's firm,
D's.
you gotta
For the
go
production rapiers, at least.
Yeah.
Historical rapiers were sharp and could cut. Some better than others. Like these are definitely very light bladed side swords, but they can still cut quite well.
Thank you, Kratos, for posting our website.
Whereas a lot of production
Neil, we'll
rapiers
show-
on
we'll
the
sh-
market are just they're sharp tip but not sharp edge. But yeah, the spada da lato,
Spada da.
spada da lato.
You're doing Italian stuff. Isn't it Spanish?
Espada is Spanish for sword.
Oh, spada. Oh, so this is Italian. So you can do. Go ahead and do. You can do the
Yes. This is modeled after an Italian style.
chef's kiss. Chef's kiss that. Okay. All right. Here we go. So Neil, we will show the ninja sword after we're done unboxing. We only have 2 more swords to go, especially if Ryan picks his fast.
I feel like Peter Griffin doing his Italian thing when I.
Boobity bobbity.
Bobbity boobity.
Hey, Zeist Armory's in the house. Mike De La Vega.
Mike De La Vega.
How can I buy it? Go to our website, rva-katana.com. Spanish rapier has cup. There are Spanish rapiers that have cups.
Yes, that's more of a later thing, though. Early Spanish rapiers or side swords did have more of a port style, more simple style guard. But the cup hilt was more popular later on, and they also influenced Italian rapiers as well with the cup hilt.
Tim, yes, you can buy it. Tim Wilk, go to our website, rva-katana.com. Where can I get a Shinsakuto? From Japan. So this is the other Dragon King one with the push dagger. So we have this on our website. We don't have the octopus one on our website, but we will.
We literally just got it. This is new
Sword
today.
canes. Someone's asked, do you have any sword canes? Right as he is showing the sword cane.
Literally right here.
Yeah, this is one right here.
It's interesting how the comments come in like that. We're literally holding something, and someone asks, "Do you have this thing?" Like, well, I'm holding it. So.
One last sword to unbox here.
One last one.
We are actually getting a pretty large shipment from, not large, but about 40, maybe 40 to 50 swords from Phoenix Arms later this week. You're 6'1", good for you. Are you asking what kind of sword you want? A standard 27.5-inch katana is fine. How
It
much
also
for a
comes-
real traditional Japanese sword made from the AD time period? AD? Like almost everything is made AD.
Domine?
Yeah, there's no Japanese sword made in the BC period.
Yeah.
Japanese started making swords around 700 AD. Do you guys sharpen them? They are sharp, but both these guys can sharpen. So we do sharpening here.
And thanks to Ryan, I'm actually learning how to sharpen better.
Yeah, actually, we posted a video of Ryan sharpening a sword yesterday, actually sharpening Mark's sword.
Yeah.
So, Zora requires your location, 1909 West Carey Street.
So here we have the Dragon King Autumn Leaf. Now, what's special about this one?
私の家に本物日本刀があります。Well, よかったね, Wildcatさん. Cut a watermelon. There are no watermelons in season. This is Virginia. So even though we're the South, watermelons went out of season like 3 months ago. So
yeah, this is the Dragon King forged Autumn Leaf, where it has the differentially hardened blade, and it's also got a bulky in it. I'm a huge fan of these, just because I wish Dragon King did more blades with bulky in them. And this thing's awesome. I'm a huge fan of this.
Olman Diaz, yeah, 6'1". I'm 6 feet, and I actually used one of those canes when I was having some foot problems. Cut something. Let's
I don't have
see.
anything to cut right now.
In that video where you sharpened the sword, did you use water? Yes, random dude, he did use
It's
water.
perfect for you, yeah, perfect.
I sharpened my Munich side sword, and it needs more work.
Who made your Munich? Was it the Arms and Armor or the Woodless? So the only. Oh no, LK Chin does one as well, but those come very, very sharp out of box.
日本刀って本当に美しい。ほんまや。ほんま。
If they make a Lotus, if they make a Summer Lotus with the bulky in it, I'd jump on.
So this is the Autumn Sun with bohi. Somehow they put
Autumn Leaf.
the Autumn Leaf. What did I say?
Autumn Sun.
The Autumn Sun. Okay.
There's a Winter Sun.
There's a Winter Sun, which is also a fun sword. We sold one of those yesterday.
Yeah.
This one is once again has a bohi as well, so a little bit different from the original OG Autumn. And it's a thin ska, a little bit thinner. Are these authentic? They are functional, full tang, sharp swords.
This
They
is
are
not
not
a Nihonto.
a Nihonto, which is made in Japan. We do have some of those. Spider Eyes Jills asks, why do you use water while sharpening?
So Ryan can answer that better than I can.
This place is in Richmond, Virginia.
Water and any type of like alcohol is a substrate that won't clog your stones or sandpaper if you're using that. Oils will cause the material to deteriorate as you use it. So
Why don't you want to do it dry?
The Dragon King,
if you do it dry, it's just going to produce scratches that you'll have to really work out, and it's not good.
the Dragon King Autumn Leaf is $375, but if you get it with the Hamon, I think it's $475. Authentic swords start at about $1,000. White or purple ones? We have white and purple ones. Let's go ahead and let's go into the shop, and we'll show you some white and purple ones.
Do a tour.
Let's do the purple carp. Let's start with the purple carp.
Oh, we're starting inexpensive.
Well, someone said purple and white, and this is the one I thought of right off the top of my head, which is purple and white. Purple and white.
Here's Black Sasha.
Oh.
I'm not seeing the typo there. So
I'm pretty sure we have a katana somewhere, but this is the purple carp. We have a katana somewhere, and it's probably in a box. Huh?
I can grab one.
Tiger King. We don't have a Tiger King sword, but that would be great.
Tiger King.
The grit on the ceramic sharpener, I don't know, actually. It's pretty fine, I would say.
It's extremely fine.
The longest katana we have in shop is a nodachi. If you really want to, or if you're talking about a real katana, then, you know, a katana technically goes to about 34 inches, and
Then it becomes a Nodachi.
then all of a sudden it becomes a nodachi by classification. What kind of cost can you expect from a traditional sword made in 700 AD? Like 100 grand easily. If there's so few of them left.
Yeah.
So few of them left.
It's a little rich for our blood right now. Maybe,
Chinese-
Maybe in a year we'll have enough funds to do that.
Chinese dadao with a hoop on the handle. We do
Dadao?
not. Oh, wait, yeah, we
have the
do.
Warlord. Yeah.
We do have the Hanwei dadao over here.
Yeah, here it is. This poor thing can never find a home just because it's so hard to store.
Yeah, it doesn't fit on our racks because it always falls off the racks and becomes dangerous. Yellow. Anything yellow. There's the bamboo tanto right there. That's a little bit yellow.
So here's the Hanwei Warlord, Dadao. Or is it Dadao?
Dadao.
Dadao. My Mandarin needs a lot of work.
We're located in Richmond, Virginia. Let's see.
This is surprisingly light for how wide the blade is, but it's so thin, you know?
Saito Hajime had a huge blade. We actually, there's a book, Paul Martin just put out a book, and Hajime Saito's book is, or Saito Hajime's sword is in it.
Which is
So.
funny because supposedly he studied Muay.
So here we have some. They're not yellow, but they're gold. I'm trying to think if we have any yellow swords. Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone's first time here?
Nodachi for reference. You want to go ahead and show a Nodachi?
You guys want the sword awesome? Just want to make sure you go so always either hold it by the handle or if you got it by the sheath, make sure it's pointed down because some of them can
All white ones. We currently do not have any all white ones. We have had them in the past. We can order them, but we don't have any. No kunai. Biggest swords. This is one of our biggest swords. And then these Scottish two-handers are also some pretty big swords.
touch the steel with your fingers.
Gold Dragon Fly SKS. Yes. That's actually a pretty fun sword, too. We're kind of like narrow here.
Sounds good. Yeah, if you have any questions, just let us know.
So here we are. Can you grab this one right here? The gold. There's the gold dragonfly. Yeah. Best metals to use or buy. Steel, of course. Lowlander, no, but we can get it. It's just too big. We have no place to put it. It's too big.
In the back there, if you want to show them what one looks like.
Other national treasure replicas. Maybe. How do you feel about swords that came back from the war in Okinawa? I mean, it is what it is. Let's see. Visit our website, rva-katana.com. Once again, our Black Friday sale. It's supposed to be down to 7.5% off, but I have not adjusted the coupon, so it's still 10% off select things.
So for someone asking about a lowlander earlier, here's my personal one. We can get you one.
Can you show a ninja sword? While he's grabbing his lowlander, you can show a ninja sword. We'll show you the lowlander in a second, but someone is asking for a ninja sword. He was asking politely, so here it is. This is our basic ninja sword. We have this with a black blade as well. And then we have a tactical ninja sword. We call it the tactical ninja sword. I don't know. Scott called it the tactical ninja sword. I just go with whatever Scott says.
Yeah.
Unless he comes up with a name like Lethal Growth. Here's the black bladed one.
Oh yeah, the trainers.
And then here is sort of a more classic movie style one, which is long handle, short blade, and long scabbard. This one has a long scabbard for a very specific reason, which is it has a little push dagger. This is the tactical sword on our website. And I'm gonna turn around and I think oh my gosh, there is the lowlander. And so we can get this sword.
We just don't have anywhere to store it in the shop.
Yeah, Mark likes these big swords. Yeah, everything about the sword takes up space.
Yeah, I like big swords and I cannot lie.
Hello from Tokyo,
It's
domo.
always funny when someone says, I'm X amount of height, how long do a sword I need? I'm just like, well, people shorter than this would have wielded it, so you know. Use what is appropriate.
We can
to
ship.
your-
We can ship.
Use what is appropriate to your school or your style, not necessarily your height. Yeah.
Imagine being like 4'11".
I don't know if someone that small would wield this, but
Right? Someone's like, well, how would this work against the gun? Well, if you run out of ammo, then the sword is much more handy than the gun.
swords
And
don't
in,
run out of ammo.
and in the meantime, we'll have our guns until we'll have our guns, and then once you run out of ammo, we'll also have our swords. Let's see. All right, price on that one. What is the price on that one?
It's like at least 400. It's on our website, rva-katana.com.
Yeah.
If you look up Lowlander, you can find a price for it there.
Odachi? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this is the antique version, so it's got all the black and everything. And normally the blade is like blackened, but I've been working on it because I don't like the blackened finish on it. So I've been sanding it down to try to get it nice and smooth.
Before anybody even asks, I'm just gonna show this real quick.
This is the only Emma that we have in stock. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get a restock in the near future. 33 rounds of 9mm gonna bullets. Who's to say that we don't have 9mm? Like I say, we have guns too. We have guns. We don't sell guns. Dekai ne te. Dekai ya na. Thanks, Kratos, for shutting him up. Just annoying as frick. Hey, it's Brandon Burkett in the house.
Remember, if you're extremely annoying in the chat, we will ban you.
Will that lowlander fit on an AR bayonet lug?
I'm sure if you give it enough attachment points. So here we have a Meow Doll.
This is a Miaoda, another big sword here. Has Japan recovered any swords that Musashi used? Yeah, there's actually a museum that has Musashi swords. Thank you, guys.
Later, guys.
Do you sell historical swords like the Sword of Sid? No. What about Scottish longswords? Right there.
Scottish two-handers right there, baby. Often erroneously called claymores.
Visit our website, rva-katana.com.
We like to call them claylanders because it's funny. Yeah, those things are awesome. They're only about 4 pounds, despite the size. All right, buddy.
Oh gosh, I'll pretend like I didn't see that.
Yeah. One thing I like to use these for is to just show how spring steel works, right? Because they're so long and they're thin enough to be flexible. Right?
What happened?
The tip fell off.
Oh.
I have a cardboard tip on here because they don't come with a sheath and I don't want people poking themselves with it.
Thank you. So one of the things about springy swords, here's another one. We cut with this on Monday, and we'll be posting footage pretty soon. Go ahead and wobble that thing around. I did not think this could cut through tatami. I was like, there's no way that could handle tatami. But it was like just zipping right through them.
Yeah, it's sharp enough, so even if it bends a little bit, it still bites and cuts through. But yeah, when I'm holding that, I feel like I'm holding a modern epee or something, you know, because the way it flexes when you hold it. It's crazy.
And you just hear the ching.
It's just a ching noise.
These are actual blades, yes. It made this really cool ching sound. We'll give you sub just because you have one. Oh, cool deal. We don't have one. We have 600 different ones. And we have Mark drinking. Let's see. Anything you guys want to see? Do you have tanto? We have a whole wall of tanto.
A great wall of
A great wall of tanto. This is one of the new ones that we got in. This is an Osaka style. Oops, I shouldn't have said anything. Osaka style, you can see that the yokote starts right there. So the tip is that long.
No, that's totally the habaki. You were about to say.
Did I say habaki?
You were about to, but you corrected yourself.
Okay. The most expensive one, we have an antique in here for 8,500. However, we have a regular who is about to put a deposit on that guy. So if you want it, get it now because it's a part of the Black Friday sale. You can get it for $850 less.
Somebody's gonna own something I worked on. Oh my God.
Most expensive national treasure in Japan. Oh gosh.
Well, they're probably literally.
Yamatorige. Yeah, they're priceless pretty much.
So here's the Tatsumaki from Dragon King. This is $1,245. Yeah, $1,245. So it's got real Japanese silk for the handle, these really nicely polished proprietary fittings, and then this really gorgeous polish.
Blake Knight.
Too.
Yes, we do have a Black Friday sale going on. It's 10% off. About 150 different types of swords we have in stock.
It's got this extra reinforcement on the saya here. This is a lovely little sword.
Blades from the Crusades. They're not actually literally from the Crusades, but we do have Crusader swords. They're called the Knight Templar swords.
It's a Templar longsword. It's type either 12A or 13A. I can never keep track of them because they're so similar.
Any Sengoku era swords? Yes, we do have some from the Sengoku period. Did samurai use fat or normal size blades? It really depended on the samurai and what they preferred.
Yeah. There was no standardized blade style back in the day.
That didn't come around to the Edo period.
Yeah.
Highlander Dragon Katana. You know, we get that. Zeiss Armories makes that for us. Greek swords, we have the Falcata.
Yeah, we have the Falcata. That's the only one.
That's the only one we have, like the Greek swords.
We have a version of Sting which could pass as a Spartan Cephos, but that's a leaf-bladed fantasy dagger. So, but here's the Falcata.
White Tachi with Tang Dao guard. I'm not sure what you're asking, Outlaw.
It's a beefy cleaver right here.
Yeah. Also a little bit rusted, so we got to clean that off. We
Yeah.
can't sell that as new because these leather sheaths, they tend to absorb the oil, so you got to be very religious about putting oil in. Yeah.
And keep the moisture in too. So this one and the Celtic sword, just both are constantly in need of cleaning.
Well, let's see.
That leather.
Conan sword? I mean, Mark is right here, so we'll show you the father sword. We are getting the mother sword soon too.
Oh, cool.
Ryan Swords is sending us stuff. This is made by Ryan Swords, so we're selling a lot of their stuff now.
What is your purpose?
Top of the rack,
Imagine
back
if
to
I
your
could do
right.
Legion stuff with a blade this heavy and short.
Celtic sword. Do you have any 31 Nagasa without bohi? Yes, we do. And can you show the Celtic sword? And then we'll show you some 31-inch cloud hammers. They're actually 31 and a half inches. They're made of S5, so they're going to be they're much more expensive. Some of the more expensive swords we have in stock. Here's the anthropomorphic Celtic sword. Any sharp katana, they're all sharp. Ryan Swords makes pretty good swords.
I actually spend more time dulling swords than I do sharpening them. Here's a tag for 300.
Is the 85 Noritsugu that received a deposit? No, it was the 87. No, it's 84 centimeter. Yes, Noritsugu. Yes, that's the one. It's not Nori. Oh gosh, it's a Heianjo sword. I don't think it's Noritsugu. It's Nori something. But I can't think. All of a sudden, I'm drawing a blank. So Brandon, it has not. He says he's going to put a deposit. He hasn't put a deposit on it yet. So we'll see.
So if you want to snake him, do it.
If you want to snake him, you got to do it now. Swedish Viking swords. We do have Viking
We
swords.
have Vikings, but not necessarily Swedish.
So those are 31 centimeter swords right there. How much for the katana? We start at $75 and go way into the thousands.
Here's the 9th century style Viking sword designed by Tinker Pierce, made by Hanwei.
What is the best steel for katanas out of Damascus, 1065 or 65 MN? I'd go for 65 MN just because of the springiness of them. Out of that shows. White sword on top of the rack right behind them. White sword on the top of the rack.
This Inosuke's sword right
This is
there?
Inosuke's sword. But he's talking about like something with a tang dao, a white sword with a tang dao. I can't
Would it be one of those Tachi on the Cloudhammer rack?
One of these guys? So the old school ones? Conan sword? Not the father. Yeah, or Kill Bill? No, we don't carry Kill Bill sword.
Kill Bill is cringe.
Sakabato. We have Ren Kenshin Sakabato. We do have long swords and claymores, or Scottish Highlander. Since he's holding a sword, I'm not going to say anything.
So this one's actually made of tamahagane, or is it chukagane, or is it actual Japanese tamahagane?
Is this the ray skin one? Oh yeah, so this is the Tamahagane one. Actually, Cloudhammer uses Tamahagane imported from Japan. People say you can't get it from there, but there are actually a lot of people selling it. So a lot of dealers are able to get a hold of Tamahagane. We actually have several that are actually, we have some made of W2 cable steel. This is a longer version. This one has a Hitatsura Hamon, I believe.
Ooh, I don't believe I've seen this one yet, or if I have, I don't remember. But
This one does have Hitatsura Hamon. Cloudhammer does some really great work.
is this sub 12, or is it W2?
This one is W2.
Very nice.
Sword LARPing in here? No, we're not. We're selling swords. We are not LARPing. But hey, if you want to LARP with the swords, just be careful because they are sharp. Here are our long swords, Scottish Highlander swords over here. Sakabato, you want to go ahead and show Rurouni Kenshin Sakabato? Could you get that blade in Nodachi size? No.
Which blade?
The what you call it, the one that we were just looking at.
The not Efutachi, but the...
Yeah, getting them at more than 32 inches is going to be very hard.
We could. It'd just be really expensive.
It'd be super expensive. It'd be like if you got Cloudhammer to do it, no telling when they would actually get to it. So, swords from Bleach, we do. Conan sword, there's the Conan father sword right there. Bleach swords right there.
Conan's popular today.
He is popular, as well he should be. Battle axe, we don't have them in stock, but we can get them from from Cass Siberia. Any more Moritaka Vortex? Yes. With Bohi, yes. They ship them via sea freight, so we're gonna get them in about I think about 6 weeks. Stores located in Richmond, Virginia. Roy Scarborough. Law sword, yes. There's law sword right there. The regular katana, right here, and we can get pictures of that today. Here's law sword. Ryan takes actually really good pictures of swords. Like, I think Scott, I don't know what it is about Scott taking so long, but Scott, for him to take a picture of swords is like.
This is the Noldachi version.
Demon Slayer swords. We do have Demon Slayer swords right here. Ooh, let's right into that, back to that rack. This rack is a little. Outdoor work. Yeah, we do have tactical swords. Law swords are sharp. Everything here is sharp. Any kaihuto. That would be awesome. Thank you, Atlanta. We have had an antique kaihu.
So
But
for outdoors and bushwhacking, we've got the APOC series. This is the Wakizashi.
price range is 75 to well into the thousands. We are located in Richmond, Virginia. We just showed Trafalgar Law swords. Here's the Wakasheti, good for outdoor work. Trafalgar Law right there. We also have a Nodachi version. Any from Bugai, never heard of it, sorry. Kenpachi we don't have, but we have other bleach swords. Nazi swords, no, we wouldn't carry such things. Highest price for it to be the lowest price, I'm not sure what you're asking. Best Gladius, we don't have any Gladiuses on hand except for a replica. We are getting it back in stock, the Mance. The Wakasheti is $375. It's made of 60 Simo, no, I can't remember exactly. Let's see, any shields? No.
Shields.
Shamshears, we are getting Shamshears back from Cloudhammer in the near future. Thanks, I'll stop by on your Virginia trip. Heck yeah, Owen.
Awesome, man.
1909 West Carey Street. Just look up our website, rva-katana.com. It has the contact information there.
Ryan Bushell said he was going to try to stop by on Wednesday.
Favorite Damascus blade?
Go figure,
I saw
it's
that
not
message.
here.
Ryan Voshell has been here many times. Let's see. What I totally forgot what I said we were going to look at. Damascus, a Damascus katana. Let's show the Oni Damascus. That's one of our best sellers. Right there. Right there. Rengoku. We'll show you the Rengoku once we move our way back around that way.
I'm a huge fan of the Oni Damascus. It
Me too.
performs just so well.
We were really surprised at how well it cut through like bamboo.
And it maintains that edge really well, too. So just
Live
go
in
back-
Vegas. We can ship, man. Just go to our website, rva-katana.com, and we can ship it to you.
150 bucks, give that handle a spray lacquer. You've got an awesome sword that'll last you.
Oh yeah.
How common are Kamakura era Minamoto Taira swords?
Got the gold plum back in.
RVA is in Richmond, Virginia. This is at 1909 West Cary.
This is the Rengoku.
Someone wants to see that pink sword. Oh, there's Rengoku. And Ryan must have read your brain or mind. I don't know, read your brain. And there you have the pink one. One of them is 65 MN. The other one is 1060.
1060. Oh, they're 1060, not 1040.
We do have antique swords. Kogatana. We do have some Kogatana that are attached to regular antique katana. Actually, we have that. Where's that royal blue?
Right here.
The royal blue. This one has a Kogatana and Kogai.
So I mashed the Kolgatana in pretty deep, so because it fell out on somebody a week or so ago. But there's the Kolgatana.
There's the Kogatana right there. The pink one, I believe, is 125. Pink French Flamingo. Go to our website, rva-katana.com, and look up Pink Plum. I do believe it is on sale, too, for the Black Friday sale, 10% off. How do I put new fittings into a blade? That's a hard...
Depends.
I mean, that's a... Yeah.
Like, what kind of fittings are we talking about? Are we just talking a new tsuba? Because
Math-
you can install a new fuchi and a new tsuba quite easily. But if you want to replace your kashida, you have to completely unwrap your sword.
Matthew Gardner, we do have legit authentic swords, and we also have functional replicas. I mean, really, are you going to cut with... Well, I mean, I guess we have cut. Now we have cut with Ryan's antique sword. But for the most part, we don't cut with antique swords because they are so expensive to polish. So why risk, cutting with a antique sword when you can use a modern sword that is, number one, tougher, and number two, you're not risking, if you do break it, it's only like a $200 to $500 sword versus a couple $1,000 sword. But then again, you have Ryan who loaned us his Edo period sword, and we got to cut with that. That was fun. Did you cut with it? I can't remember.
I did.
I can't remember if you were here or not.
Yeah, that was fun.
Do you guys have prey swords? No. We can, I mean, if it's modern swords, we can look at modern katana and tell you, but antique swords, we don't do that. Most of these swords are made in China. My wife would love to see the reverse sword Sakabato. Well, we will show it just for your wife. So we have two versions. We have one in 65 MN, which is a type of spring steel.
And we have one with a T10 with a very nice polish.
Will it get to Canada by Christmas? Yes. Well, that depends on
We ordered
UPS.
today.
If we're shipping from Virginia, and so going to Canada usually only takes about 4 to 5 days. Also, it depends if you're like more closer to Ontario or Vancouver.
Yeah, so we're on the East Coast, so
Do you guys forge katanas? No, and we don't.
it'd be cool, but no.
How hard is it to replace all the fittings on the katana? And it
All of them. Well,
just takes money.
so here's the thing. All right, I was just saying.
These are all
earlier,
full
you
tang,
might not
yes.
have heard me. So it's very easy to replace a tsuba or a fuchi because all you have to do is just knock the pins out and take the handle off. But if you want to replace the kashida, you notice this knot here. You have to completely unwrap your sword in order to replace one of these.
And here's the thing too: not all the tsuba are the same width, so
Yeah,
they don't
some
necessarily
of
fit.
them you'll have to file down, or some of them you'll need extra seppa in order to make them fit properly.
Best cutting sword is probably the Reaper. Is one of our favorite cutters right over here. It has this really deep curve to it, and the
I own
Legend.
one, Scott owns one. Ryan, you need to get one now.
Ryan needs to get a place to live first.
True.
So
This is very true.
we do have Falchion and Dow.
We have
Shipping to Texas. Yeah, we can ship anywhere in the United States. Texas takes about 3 to 5 days, depending on where you are in Texas. Like if you're in the boonies of Texas, it's closer to 5 days. If you're in like Houston or Dallas, it's much faster.
The closest thing we have to a falchion would be this, what Kingston Arms markets as a Corsair sword. It's got this kind of like later style, two-ring guard, but it's got a wheel pommel, which is more of a medieval Renaissance thing. And then a very modern style blade.
We don't appraise antique swords. We can give you like a ballpark, but we're not professional appraisers.
Yeah, go to someone like Ray Singer of SwordsofJapan.com if you want to get a Nippon Go appraised.
To Arkansas, about 3 to 5 days. We have some made in Japan. These are all antiques over here. These are our antique Japanese swords in the display case. I just bought the Pink Plum. Awesome Prince
Congratulations.
Flamingo. Thank you. Mark is happy about that because he gets commission now.
Yeah. And we need to.
Navy Wave. The Bohayu is
It's
right.
Spelled,
It's that one right there.
it's spelled Bohiyu though.
Whatever.
Is it Bohayu or is it Bohiyu?
I should ask him, but we always speak in Chinese, so I don't.
Oh, okay.
So this is the Navy Wave. Let's see.
That's a really nice polish on that.
We do have wider blade katana as well. Let's see, Cloudhammer. How are the balance in the Cloudhammer 80 centimeters? More towards the Kisaki or the Ska? Thank you. So Michael Engelman, the 80 centimeters come in a few different models. Some have bohi, some do not, and that affects the center of balance. But let's start with this, and also this Handachi, because it has all the metal fittings. The blade of balance is going to be more towards... Actually, you know what? It has such a deep curve. I remember this being kind of a little bit tip heavy. So it looks like point of balance is about 5 inches.
5'6".
5 to 6 inches.
Yeah.
When we cut with this, I really felt that it was forward.
Yeah.
But the Kinoto, this one is, for example, a straighter version here, a straighter 80. I felt this was more. Did we cut with the Kinoto?
I don't. Now we need to.
No, we did. We cut with the giant.
I
crane.
didn't. Oh, the crane. That's right.
We cut with the giant crane.
Which has that giant ass Tsuba, which brings the balance back a little.
Well, it's a Tsukashi Tsuba, so
True.
it doesn't add a lot of weight here.
So here's the Kinoto with the bulky, and it's
That's like 4.5, 5 inches.
yeah.
That one has a bohi to it. Let's look at the giant crane. I'm very curious. Now we got to wipe all these swords down because we got Mark's grease on them. Just remember which ones we
I just handed the Handachi off to Ryan, so.
Oh, okay. Doctor?
Ryan.
Yeah. Most expensive sword. We're getting into these. These are like almost 1,000. These are made of S5 shock steel, super durable. If you go to Shad Diversity or Steel Forged in Fire, you'll see them trying to break it on stone and not. One real sword would cost 1 million. That's not true.
That is very much not true. All right, so this one is again about
5 to 6 inches. Yeah.
6 inches, yeah. It's hard without a measuring tape, but yeah.
Let's see. And we'll do another one here. We're just eyeballing it right now. Oh, this is the one. Oh, these are both.
Yeah.
Take them back. Let's see.
Like that one.
What did Kratos say?
Probably something profound.
We've cut with all of these swords, though.
Well, a lot of them, but not all of these swords. Or at least the ones I was just testing the balance on.
Cloudhammer Kinoto are legendary swords. They are so fun to cut with.
Yeah.
Japanese antique stores that has history would sell for absorbent amounts of money. That's true, but you can get an antique Japanese sword. We sell some for under 2,000, and the most expensive one we have is 10,000. But there are some that are like national treasures, which are priceless, millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And then,
priceless is, and they won't sell them.
but like a Masamune, I heard of like the most recent Masamune that I heard sold for about 250,000. So not quite a million. So even a Masamune wasn't a million.
This is cool.
This was so much fun to cut with.
The Naginata Naoshi blade, or yeah, this would be Naoshi because it's a Naginata head on a wakizashi.
So that's not a Naoshi, it's a Zukuri.
Zukuri, okay.
Yeah, Naginata Zukuri.
So what makes it Naoshi as opposed to Zukuri?
So a Naginata Naoshi is when it started off as a Naginata head and then they adjusted it to become a wakizashi.
Right.
But this is a Naginata, this is a wakizashi that was intentionally forged to be a wakizashi shaped like a Naginata.
But if the intention was to base this off of a Naginata head that was mounted as a wakizashi, correct?
Yes, but because it was made as to be a wakizashi, it was intended to be made as a wakizashi. It's a Naginata Zukuri.
Isn't language fun, guys?
Well, we're just talking about technicalities.
Yeah, because we had some fun comments.
Masamune is attainable for someone who has a very large budget, yes.
Yeah.
When will those be out? They are on the website. You found them yesterday, right?
Yeah, they're 325.
The 325. What do they call on the website? Do you remember?
Just look up Naginata.
Look up Naginata and you will find it.
I would like for there to be a more obvious picture on the splash page, though, because they look very similar to a lot of the other Naginata Naoshi, so probably something that shows off.
We should actually do a picture with get that done today and we'll post them. Yeah, Kikoku Law is sharp. It's a sharp sword.
Yep, they're all sharp.
They're all sharp.
I do a sharpening service. Ryan
We
does
don't have
sharpening
Byakuya.
service, but I spend way more time dulling swords than I do sharpening them, which means I don't get a lot of practice sharpening.
But Mark is great at dulling them because he puts these rounded edges instead of like blocked edges. Can we see the dowel? We have a lot of dowel. The dowel. We have like 40 dowel in here. Unless you mean the way dowel, and then we cannot show you. You must discover it yourself.
Here's one right here.
Yeah, David in Hawaii.
It's differentially hardened. That's a hamon in Japanese. I don't know what it would be in Chinese.
Surprised no one snagged the Edo Osaka Tanto with the sale, right?
I mean, that's the thing about Christmas, though, is you also gotta worry about buying presents for other people, not just yourself, right?
No.
Ideally, you should.
Let's unukubi. That's a very Japanese way of saying it. Let's unukubi. Here's one right here.
Yeah.
Here is our reaver. This is probably our budget. Here, do the reaver. Start with the reaver.
Yeah.
So this is a $200 sword right here. The reaver, R-E-A-V-E-R, not the reaper.
So kind of like those things in Firefly.
So it's a super thin spine. And we actually will be posting a video on how we use a pool noodle because these unukubi blades, because they're so thin, they tend to rattle a little more. But we basically put in a pool noodle, and now a pool noodle shard, and now it doesn't rattle.
I mean, was this one shim?
We had to we added a pool noodle inside.
In this one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it is shim.
Well, that's not a shim, is it? Would you consider it a shim?
I don't know.
Go ahead and show the Cloud Hammer one. This one's made of SX105V, so this is a much higher end version.
I'm a huge fan of these. These are what I think the Hanwei Raptor series should be.
Should be.
Yeah.
It's basically the same Tsuba.
Exactly. That's my point.
I'm trying to get a Sasuke Katana. We do have Sasuke Katana. Well, Sasuke straight swords.
This is nice. It's got the Bohi and the Sohi.
Swordier Nagamaki. We will show you that in a moment. We will show the Sasuke Katana and then the Swordier. Currently, we only have the Sasuke in white. We will be getting it back in black pretty soon.
also have
Back in black. See what I did there? Can you show the Sasuke?
We also have it from Cloudhammer made of Sub 12.
Yeah, we do have a high functioning version of Cloudhammer. We are going to cut with that again. Scotland, technically, no.
Yeah, part of the UK.
We'll show the Swordier Nagamaki, and then we'll show the Swordier XLs. Incels. Swordier Nagamaki down there.
We cut with this one on the bottom, the white one. It's been a while, though, since we cut with this.
Yeah.
Do it again. These things are cool.
They were a lot of fun to cut with.
Yeah.
This is a non-abrasive hamon. So not a real differentially hardened hamon. But with spring steel, you really don't need it. I'm looking for a thick blade just in case we need to cut wood, zombie bones. Check out our tacticals, like the Wakasheti. That's definitely one like that.
And the APOC series.
And the APOC series. That one is around $600. I'm not sure which one you're referring to, Wasser.
The Nagamaki is 200.
Yeah, those Nagamaki are 200. And someone wanted to see Swordier XLs right over here.
Yeah.
These are a lot of fun to cut with, too.
Here's the snake-themed one. This one's got some pretty heavy furniture on it.
This one with Mark kind of designed it, but they didn't follow the instructions.
Didn't follow the instructions at all.
Yeah, exactly. Technically, you should use an axe for wood.
You really should.
The Cloudhammer Unukubi is like 500. I think so.
Yeah, 500 exactly. So yeah, this is a beefy blade on this guy.
Yeah, super buff. We have several versions of the XL, both T10 clay tempered. Here is the Yamato right there. We have both a Odachi version and a regular katana version. Mark goes right for the Odachi, of course.
The Odachi are cool, man.
Demon Slayer swords right there. For real dude, sword should not be used to chop wood. I mean, hey, if you can have fun, I mean, why not?
If you're okay with potentially breaking your sword, then yeah, go for it. But
Yeah.
yeah, swords are not meant to chop logs.
A good spring steel or shock steel sword will not break chopping wood, but you're not going to be able to chop it in half like an axe unless you go along the grain.
Well, that's the thing though, is even that you're risking either bending at the tang or you're going to break it because they're designed to cut softer targets. You know, like
Humans.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why when we cut bamboo, we don't cut giant stalks of bamboo, right? They're usually much smaller, like 3 to 4 inches diameter maximum, because at that point you really are.
It's not even possible to split wood. We have split wood with the katana.
It is possible, just not recommended.
How long does the Black Friday sale last? Until tomorrow. Technically, the coupon code is should be 8% today. I haven't changed it, so it's still 10%. Tomorrow it drops down to 5%. So get your Black Friday sale tomorrow's.
Listen to John pronouncing coupon correctly.
Coupon there, dude.
It's coupon.
Nobody wants a sword. You know, our sales records say otherwise.
Yeah, really.
Gun. Yes, we don't sell them, but we have them. For some reason, people think just because we like swords means we don't like guns.
I know, right?
Thank you, Kratos, for deleting that. I don't know why people come in here and do that. It's like, who cares, man?
It's like you think you're so smart. Yeah, the gun wins. Yeah, no shit, dude. We know.
Just say I'm an homosexual. You know, we're the incels, you're the homosexuals. How about that?
How about that?
Okay. All right. What time is it?
12:50. 15?
12:15. I got a few more minutes before I got to get out of here. But anyway, what do you guys want to see?
How about an actual claymore?
Japanese matchlock? No, we don't.
That would be cool, but no, we don't.
Hispanic gladius with the longest blade used by the Roman cavalry. That'd be cool.
So espada.
A spatha. Oh,
Espada is a long-bladed, like gladius style sword. They're long-bladed, usually used from cavalry. Does it have Renaissance backs on it?
I don't think so. Here is the basket-tilted broadsword, also known as a claymore. These are also known as claymores incorrectly. And someone was asking about something. I lost it already. Sorry. Let's see. Japanese. Oh, I already answered that question. Yep. Any other questions, Emma? We currently don't have any in stock. We only have our floor model, which is kind of beat up because everyone asks all the time. We've probably drawn this sword like 1,000 times by now. Long handle we're standing next to is called a nagamaki. It's not on our website. Very hard to ship. Claylander. Yes.
There you go.
Is that White Fang? No. We do have Jon Snow sword, Longclaw. One last one. We ordered 2 and one was snapped up. Demon Slayer, yes.
It's a tight fit in that scabbard.
Once again, visit our website, rva-katana.com.
Buff blade on this guy.
Do you have a dark saber? We don't sell lightsabers. Would love to have a dark saber. I'd love that. I want to be the king of the Mandalorians. Do you have any non-curved Japanese swords, bronze swords? No,
So some Ken or Tsugiri?
we do
That
not.
would be cool. But we do not.
Are all the swords sharp enough? Yes, to fight. Yes. Let's see. Oathkeeper. We don't have Oathkeeper. And he didn't end up keeping his oath, did he? Here are the Demon Slayer swords right there. Jamie Lannister.
This is something kind of neat. This,
Once again, visit our website, rva-katana.com. This is kind of neat. This is why he ordered it, and I'm trying to figure out.
I figure someone will want it. This is like a Naginata and a Nagamaki had a baby.
Longclaw, I believe, is $450? $450 for Longclaw? I don't remember. It's on our website. Visit our website, rva-katana.com.
400.
It's 400. $400.
Maybe we should charge 450.
Maybe we should,
Yeah.
but it's 400. What would be glass chicken? I have no idea. Highlander swords. We have Mike de la Vega mount our cloud hammers in as the master sword.
But those take a long time. They're at least $2,000 to start.
Benefit of S5 steel, it's very hard to break. I mean, you have to try to break it. Just regular use of sword, you're not going to break an S5 sword.
For regular use.
For regular use.
If you go out of your way to try to break it, like what's his face, Matt Jensen does, then yes, you can break it.
Joshua Harris, we have one Jon Snow blade. Obviously, we still have it. We will add it. What is a good? We will add it as soon as we end the
Is
live.
it not on the site?
It's on the site, but I think we only put one in. We don't have Chines. Chines went out of business. Tang Heng Dao. I think we sold our only Tang Heng Dao. Let me see. Oh no, we do have Tang Heng Dao. Here is a Cloud Hammer Tang Heng Dao right now. This is a very high-end Tang Heng Dao.
Is this Cloudhammer? Or is this
Yes,
Phoenix Arms?
that's Cloud Hammer.
Yeah.
That's why it's 725 as opposed to
Fair enough.
this version from Phoenix Arms would be closer to like 500,
Look at that
600.
Damascus.
Yeah. Cloud Hammer does these really cool Damascus patterns. So this is a Tang Heng Dao.
They call it functional Damascus, right?
They call it functional Damascus because of the steels they use. We are located in Richmond, Virginia, and yes, we can ship to Kansas City, no problem. Unless you're a Chiefs fan, and if that's the case, we might have issues.
In which case, you pay extra for shipping.
Is S5 like L6 Bay Knight? S5. So there are two types of L6 Bay Knight. There's upper Bay Knight and lower Bay Knight. And upper Bay Knight is not exactly tough. Upper Bay Knight is closer to T10, a little tougher, harder edge, and we have some.
And even then, they're not as tough as T10. These will chip and roll on hard targets like bamboo.
Yeah, the bodies are tougher, but the edges are more brittle on hard surfaces for L6 Bay Knight. Now, L6 lower Bay Knight is super tough blade, and only Howard Clark differentially hardens them correctly, as far as we know. S5 is overall a super strong sword. It is, unless you're getting a Howard Clark Bay Knight, S5 is superior to Bay Knight, unless it's Howard Clark.
And Howard Clark charges like what, $5,000 minimum?
Just for the blade without even being mounted.
Yeah.
Michael Choate, we'll sell it to a Chiefs fan. We'll just charge double.
Yeah. Did you say a cheese fan or
Chiefs fan.
cheese fan?
Lord of the Rings seal. All we have is the Hobbit sword, aka
Totally not Sting.
Halfling, the Halfling sword. My bad. Yeah. a differentially hardened Bainite sword, Bainite sword from Howard Clark
Bainite, yeah.
is gonna a lower Bainite will cost a small fortune.
Yeah.
I went to a Taikai where the grand prize was a Howard Clark. Was Trevor? Was that the tri-state Taikai? Because I remember meeting someone who had won one, and it was like he just got the blade. It needed to be polished. He went to talk to Jason from Motahara to get it mounted, and it was just like it was just so everything about it was so expensive. But man, I was like, man.
If you got the cash for it, yeah.
Yeah, I would love to get. Oh, it was a Howard Clark Tanto. I was talking about a Howard Clark
Oh, wow.
Katana. I would think an S5 is kind of, or not S5, like a L6 Howard Clark Tanto. Like if it's made of L6, is
For
overkill.
a tanto, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need that for a Tanto.
Yeah.
S5 for the win, definitely.
S5 is awesome. I still need to own an S5. I still don't have one.
Nordic swords. You have an S7, right?
I have one S7 sharp and two blunt S7 longswords, or one greatsword and one longsword. Which one?
Viking.
Okay, so let's look at the gold for that. I actually own one of these myself. I bought it. As a
These are
wedding
really
sword.
nice.
Yeah, huge fan of this. Got the suede all over everything, and there's Damascus for the pommel and the guard, and then
That's the mask. I had never noticed that.
yeah,
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's the first time I had never noticed that before. And then the center of it is Damascus.
and then we have the hard steel for the edge. It's one of the traditional ways the Vikings would have used Damascus and hard steel because hardened steel was harder to make.
The stainless steel good for Tanto since it's less than 12 inches. It's more reasonable. Like if you get something like D2, which is more or less stainless, that's going to be great for a Tanto.
Yeah, stainless is good for something like maybe this big at most, you know, but like for a tanto, you're kind of, if you want to try to use it to cut, you're going to run into problems.
Like CPM 3V is not completely stainless, but it is very corrosion resistant, and it's also good for a sword.
You can use it, stainless works for chef's knives because you're not striking things, you're using very controlled thin slices, right? But when it comes to swords and, you know, daggers and things like that, when you're actually striking, that's when you run into problems with stainless steel.
Okay, I'm going to be shutting down now, but once again, visit our website, rva-katana.com. rva-katana.com might get you there, but some people have like, it's a forwarding address. Yes, every katana is some kind of steel. We are in Richmond, Virginia. Come visit us in shop, 929 West Carey Street. Join our Discord, discord.gg/RVA Katana. And thanks again for joining in on this Sunday. And hope you had a great. Oh, yeah, once again, Black Friday sale lasting until tomorrow. Tomorrow, everything drops down by 5%.
If you remember to do
If I remember to adjust the coupon. If I adjust the coupon. Currently, the coupons. Currently, it is 10% off. It should be 7.5, but I did not adjust the coupon yet. So once again, visit our website. Check out our Black Friday sale.
John's laziness is your gain.
Yes, my laziness is my gain. Your gain.
There you go.
Everything is my gain in the grand scheme of things.
Is it though?
Is it though? Yeah. Any Christmas sales and specials? You know, I haven't decided. All right, and it also depends on what Dragon Spring. Like there were like last minute we were not going to do a Black Friday sale, but Dragon Spring asked us, can we liquidate on Black Friday? And I was like, yeah, we could do that.
Sales are not something we do very often.
Yeah, we don't make a lot. There's not a great margin on swords. So even when we reduce with 10% off, it's a significant killer to the bottom line. All right, shutting down TikTok. Thank you all for joining in.
Later, guys. See you.
Say goodbye to Ryan and Mark. Everyone's saying bye and now. And we are going to shut down YouTube now. YouTube, not shut down yet, but bear with me. So don't say anything nasty just yet. Don't talk shit about Kratos until I turn it off now.